I've got two very quick games to run through before we hit the headliner.
All right, let's run it.
So, the first game is called The Sacred Three. So, you have to pick one song, one album, and one artist. Everything else in the world is erased.
Damn.
The artist, you get their whole catalogue.
All right. Okay. Wait, one song, one album, one artist.
That's the one.
Oh, damn. Wait, okay, let's go. The song. Oh, am I gonna regret that? Oh, okay. No. I need to get the artist's name right because I cannot pronounce it.
That's fair.
But I just found it recently and it's just gone straight to the top. So the artist is called Loredana Birthday, and it's a song called Sei Bellissima, and it's this beautiful, powerful Italian ballad, and I've just been listening to it every morning, just like, man, and just like drinking a coffee in like Milan.
I love that.
I'm a
Okay,
geography
cool.
expert. What the hell? Yeah, just like it's a beautiful song. I would listen to it every single day of my life. So that's the song. I think the album has to be A Lesson in Romantics. It's
It's a
a
good choice.
no skips album, man.
It
It's
is,
just from
man.
start to finish. It's just, if we had to do that one, then yeah. And then the artist is easy. It's me. If
There
I'm
you
the
go.
only artist left, then that's it. Then we're good.
Amazing. And that's your Sacred Three. Amazing. Okay, so moving on swiftly, we're now going to do your death row set list. So,
Damn.
Walwin,
Okay.
you are on death row.
Damn.
I need 3 songs from you. The first song is a song for nostalgia. The second song, a song to rage out to. And your third
Mm-hmm.
song, a song to go out peacefully, or your final encore.
Ooh. Nostalgia. We're paying homage to the past, and we are. Oh man, damn, that's hard. What one are we gonna do? Are we having? Yeah, nah. It's got to be. It's got. Okay, yeah. Right, I've got it. Um, for the sake of nostalgia, yeah, we're gonna do 3 Cheers for 5 years.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that one up again, but it's just such a. Also, it's a super long song
It
as
is. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
so
It's a
we
good
can
one.
stretch
Yeah.
out the time. We can stretch out the time as much as we need to, and then something to rage out to. Let's go with Chumbawamba.
Tub thumping.
Uh,
I love that.
It's just a fucking tune, man. Oh, get knocked down. And I get up again. Oh, mate,
Destroying
that's a beat.
yourself and, like, fucking
That
shit
is
up.
a beat. We are doing that. And then a song to go out to. I just have to end it on My Heart by Paramore.
Love
And the extended version where they go all spiritual and like go off on a journey. I love that one. I'd love to end it out that way. Beautiful.
nice. And there is your death row set list. We're
Damn.
here. We're at the headline act. So, without any further ado, we'll win. Who have you got for me?
So look, I was thinking about this one and I have cheated slightly So for the headliner, because it's at Mooney's, because it's nostalgic, because we're paying homage to not only Essex and not only the UK, but just like the scene at that time. The headliner is basically a free for all jam of all the musicians of that time. It is just, we're getting on stage and we're just doing each other's songs. All the, mate, I could rattle off a bunch of bands that no one's gonna have a fucking clue who they are, but like there were bands like My Own Enemy and Her Denial and Kenai and We Are the Ocean. You know those guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like even them bands and like just just one night, just that scene to come together and just a remembrance of all of them songs that are just lost to time. They're not on Spotify. They're not even on SoundCloud. They're nowhere. They're on these dudes' hard drives like back in Essex, and it's just been lost. It's lost media. Yeah, a celebration of lost media. That is what the event is called, because none of these, like, these are just MySpace profiles that have just been lost, you know? So as a headliner, it is just a solid 2 hour set of songs that you're never going to hear again because they don't exist.
I love that. Okay, you're gonna have to help me out with something because normally, when it gets to this point, just before we talk about like the final encore, um, I do allow people to bring out an extra guest to perform a one-off song with the headline act.
Ooh, okay, okay, okay.
So with that with that new format for this headline show, how how would you do that? Would it still be one person in particular that you bring out for a particular song?
Nah, do you know what I'm going to do? Yeah. What we're going to do, the special guest is going to be Chino from Deftones.
Okay, I love it.
Because, and there's a reason to this. There is a reason to this. Like I said, I was just a few years behind some of like the people that originated the scene and some of the older bands that I got into. So I like Taking Back Sunday and Deftones. Those are the bands I got into like later because the older guys are into them. What I didn't realize was how much of a chokehold Deftones had on my whole town. Like, I'm just looking back. Oh, there was like a band called like Minerva, and I was like, oh, that was a Deftones song. They named it after them, and I was like, and so many of them, they had like the pulled up socks and the 3/4 lengths and shit, and I just thought that was like their thing. And just the sound, like the chorusy guitars and all the like spacey singing and stuff. Like, basically, when I entered like the scene in like 2005, imagine there were like 30 bands in the local scene that you'd see at Mooney's, like, you know, once a week or whatever. At least 25 of them were just ripping off Deftones. Like, and so me getting into Deftones was like, oh, this sounds like Essex bands. This sounds like all the old bands that like I've been trying to find their shit of. I was like, this is the granddad. This is the original. So I just love like Chino and the guys just to come and see what they've built and just see that
Amazing.
there's this weird town thousands of miles away from San Diego, wherever the fuck they're from, where they just influenced an entire scene of kids and probably had no idea that any of them bands ever existed. Um, so it would be cool to bring that full circle and see what they would make of it. I just think that would be insane.
I love that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Deftones are coming to Mooney's just to watch. Huge. Okay, awesome. And then do we have like a final encore song, or is it just the amalgamation of songs that is the final encore?
We can go with one. We can go, and again, this is going to fuck up your playlist
Go on.
because this song isn't around. But I might have it somewhere. Fuck. But anyway, it's a song called Mrs. Red by My Own Enemy. And actually, this is sick because now I can throw this out to universe. And if anyone has this fucking song or knows the people in this band, then they can try and find it. But it just slapped. It just it was like the first emo like song that I got into. And I just remember them like they played it at like this like it was like this local library like gig night, and it's like starts off all acoustic, and then the end it like builds up and it's got like screaming and it's all distorted and stuff. And that's the first time I'd like seen someone do that in front of me. Like I'd seen bands on TV do it on Kerrang, but that was the first time I was like, oh, there's like people in my town that know how to make their guitars sound loud and shit. And like that guy can scream, like someone in Essex can scream, like that's mad. So it would be that. No, fuck, mate. I'm so sorry. I keep changing my answers. That's going to be one of them. Like, you know how bands do
I
that
have multiple
bullshit?
ones.
Oh, it's an
Yeah,
encore, and then they come back, and then they do another one. So that's
multiple
going to be
encores.
one. But one that you can put on the playlist is Faster the Chase by In Me, because they
Nice.
were that one band from our scene that like they got up there. I still don't think they have the flowers that they deserve. I think people need to gas up In Me even more. But Faster the Chase, when I hear that song, it's 2004, it's back in Essex, and it's just like, wow, what is this? Like this is music. This is the shit that I love. So that's the massive encore. That's everyone knows that song. Everyone's gonna love that as like a final banger. So that's the one. That's the
I love
one.
that. I love that. And there it is. We've done it, mate. We've built your dream gig, and that is a huge dream gig in a tiny venue as well.
Mate,
Um,
I really love this gig, and it like, yeah, this podcast kind of sucks because now I'm like, I can't have that. Like, I can't like.
no, sorry, sorry. It's bittersweet, but I'll tell you what. But before you go, just to lighten the mood a little bit, what I always do is I like to do some what I call wild would you rather's. So I've got 8 quick
Hell yeah,
fire would you rather's. They're going to be quick fire. I just want you
let's
to
go.
pick
I'm
an
locked
answer out
in.
of them. And let's rattle through them nice and quick. So, would you rather play one sold out stadium show to 80,000 people, or a tiny club show to 100 fans who know your every word?
Tiny club show every day of the week. Yeah.
Love that. Okay, would you rather have one massive hit everyone knows, or be an artist other musicians say is their favorite but nobody else knows?
I am the artist that all the musicians know that is their favorite. That is legit me. So,
Love
so
that.
actually,
Okay,
I'd rather have a hit so I can have some money, and
experience
then
the
I can
both.
still be the guy that people know.
Done. Would you rather every time you go on stage your jeans split right at the worst moment, or every time you sing a high note a random firework goes off indoors? They get weirder.
Ah, fireworks for sure. Yeah, that sounds
Love that.
sick.
Okay. Would you rather every time you release a song, your mum comments, proud of you, X, on Instagram, uh, first in the comments, or a random bloke comments, sounds like Nickelback, but worse?
Ooh, I just so my mum can use Instagram more, I'm gonna pick the one just to get her on it because she has it and she has followers, but she doesn't know how to use the app. So, mum, comment more on my stuff.
Proud of you, kiss. Would you rather every time you pick up your guitar, it makes the Windows error sound, or every time you hit a power chord, you get an electric shock?
Ah, I've had that. I had a dodgy guitar that gave me electric shock, so the Windows error sound is just funny. So
Okay.
let's go with that.
Would you rather every time you take a sip of water on stage, the bottle say out loud, interesting clothing choice, or every time you finish a song, a voice from nowhere shouts, get on with it?
I think that happens anyway still. So Yeah, I'm gonna have my water bottle talk to me for
Yeah.
sure. That's cool.
Nice. Would you rather every time you try and sleep on a tour bus, someone whispers, sound check in 5 minutes? Even when there isn't one, or every time you sit down for an interview, the chair slowly spins on its own the whole time?
um, fuck. I'm gonna take the voice. I'm gonna. Yeah, as horrible as it is. Yeah, I can block it
And
out.
finally, would you rather every time you take a bite of a pizza, it says, that chorus was actually pretty lame? Or every time you take a sip of water, the bottle sighs and says, yeah, you're better than this, man.
Again, the talking water bottle.
Love
I
that.
I, I like the encouragement.
There you go. Okay. Well, thank you so much, mate. Before you go, please let everyone know what you've got coming up, what you've got going on in your life. Let's tell the people. And for anyone watching, please go and follow Walwin online. He'll tell you his socials now.
I am Walwin.mp3 on Instagram and TikTok. Make Stacey Great Again comes out on the 3rd of April. It's gonna be fun. We are going on a fun journey. We got so many songs coming out this year. So yeah, just follow me on the socials because it's gonna be relentless. I don't stop. You're gonna see my face a lot. So yeah, hit the follow button. Plenty of content coming.
Amazing. Walwin, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Will. Appreciate you, man.